Yay, peeps, how you all doing out there on the world's wide wobbly wonderful? Sister Elle here with you for the new moon in Scorpio reading. Yippee! Happy birthday, Scorpios, all you sun, moon and risings. I'm sure you're having a fine time. So this new moon in Scorpio, what is it bringing as well? We know that when we have a new moon, the sun and the moon are together having a chit chat conversation. And this for new moon is going to be at 4 degrees of Scorpio. Now we know the number 4 is like solidity, it's like firmness, it's connected with groundedness and being stable. So we have the sun and moon together at 4 degrees, and we also have Uranus in opposition to this new moon. And so we'll be having unexpected events happening around us during the time of this new moon, and we'll be able to see where that is in your chart. You look for 4 degrees of Scorpio in your chart. So what does Scorpio rule? Scorpio rules are deep desires. It's a planet of transformation. Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto. Currently Mars is in Libra, having some diplomatic chats right now around the areas of war and aggression. Then we also have Pluto in the sign of Capricorn, getting ready for that great conjunction that's going to be happening in January, and we'll be speaking more about that as we go on. So Mars is being diplomatic right now in Libra, and we have the sun, moon in Scorpio shining on our darkest desires, our bad habits, bringing them to light so we can clear them out, or just for us to acknowledge them and see how we're going to make a way forward within that area of our life, how we're going to clear out ourselves. Scorpio, like I said, is ruled by Mars and Pluto. Pluto is the planet of regeneration, of rebirth, of digging out old places where we really don't want to be looking into, but we're going to have to, because this is where the sun and the moon and the newness will be bringing. It's good to dig out all that muck within you, any bad habits, if you can try and loosen them up, even if you just know that you have them, and you can start to make a way forward. We all have this within our chart somewhere. So Scorpio is the ruler of the 8th house, which comes after the 7th, obviously. And the 7th house rules marriage and one-to-one partnerships. In the 8th house now, we're getting into the depth of the relationship or the partnership. It also rules our organs, our sexual organs, and our prowess. This is where we connect deeply with another person, where we become intimate, where we lay ourselves bare, so to speak. And this is like the softness that Scorpio can show us. Scorpio can show us how to be vulnerable and not to fear being vulnerable, as it does have an almighty sting if it all gets too hot and heavy. Is that right? So have a look for that and see what's going on in your chart. So what else do we have? So the sun and the moon will be bringing a newness, a new shine to bad habits that we have, anything that we swept under the carpet. Scorpio is under the carpet, it's the light under the carpet as well. So you'll be able to sweep out anything that's old and musty and no longer usable, and we can replace it with drive and passion and intuition. Now we always say that Scorpio is very manipulative. It's only because it feels its way around. It doesn't really listen to what you say. It more reads your actions and your vibrations. It's a water sign. So, and as we are 70% water, I think we can go with our feelings, as they say, especially at this time. So that's something to be looking out for. What else do we have? It's good to be digging deep and realizing the hidden and the dark aspects within ourselves, and we all have them somewhere. Now, at this time also, we have Venus in Scorpio. So, ooh la la. Venus in Scorpio is very passionate, very driven, and she will speak to the depth of you, but she will speak kindly to you, because you have to speak kindly to yourself. So this is the energy that's being portrayed to us, and we can really drink that in at this time. It's going to show us how to share and love deeply. Emotions may run high due to it being an emotional sign or a water sign, and with Venus being in there with all our love and care and value, how do we value ourselves? All these issues will be surfacing during Scorpio season. And as I was saying, Scorpio is ruled by Mars and Pluto is known as the purging sign. It's a sign where that gets rid of poisons. Actually, is when we poison ourselves, and we have to know how to end that cycle. So it's a great time to be letting go. You're going to have a lot of energy from the universe boosting you, giving you a push forward. And with Uranus being at exactly 4 degrees opposite this sun and moon, we're going to have a difference in thought. We're going to see a change in people's habits. We can already see that Uranus, well, as we know, Uranus rules the youth and it rules change, dramatic change. And so we can see this within our governments around the world. People are protesting also. We can see all the protests around the world. Young people are not happy with the world that we think that we're going to be leaving them, the next generation, etc. We need to be leaving a world that's livable. And so we're going to be thinking about all these things quite deeply, with Mercury also being in Scorpio, and it's about to go retrograde in about 2 days, which means we're going to go back and think again. Go back and think again. What is it? What are your deepest desires? What are your deepest thoughts? This is what Mercury is ruling at this time. And whatever we think is, well, like my dad used to say, wherever your mind is, your body is sure to follow. So make some great plans with those deep thoughts that we have there. And we've got a Uranus there, 4 degrees with the sun and the moon, giving us a kick, making us want to do things differently. We don't want to be doing same old, same old. We will get bored pretty quickly. Okay, and as I was saying, Uranus rules the youth, and we can see lots of groups uprising right now. And we can clearly see that we need to make new plans for the future. And as it's a dark moon, so dark secrets may be unveiled at this time. Things that were hidden are now going to be coming to light, especially during Sagittarius season, as that archer makes his way forward. But right now we're in Scorpio, and this rules our passion, our drive, looking at our inners, our deep inners, our deep thoughts, our deep feelings, and this will be with us for the next few months. Okay, so we'll be ready to take any new initiatives, any new pathways. We'll be looking at the areas of work and schooling, governmental strategies. All these are changing at this time, and the sun, moon and Uranus will give us a heads up there and drive things forwards. Okay, so let's see which house everybody has. I hope I can see with my Googs. Right, let's get them on, shall we? Dog Googs. Yay, here we go. So we have Mercury going retrograde. If I mentioned that, it's on the 31st of October, and it's going to be retrograde till the 20th. So we'll be thinking again. Mars enters Scorpio on the 20th. It'll be coming out of Libra. We'll have done all our negotiating, and we'll be looking for ways forward. And it's going to be the 9th of December before Mercury actually goes direct, before our thoughts and the structures that we're setting up, we'll be able to see the light of them. So it's a good time to look within and bring forward real thoughts and real actions. Scorpio doesn't like superficial. It likes to see the real thing, and only use your sting when necessary. Okay? And it's a good time to be sharing love. It's a good time to be sharing thoughts and digging into projects that may take a bit of work. Okay, so we look at Scorpio. You've got the first house. There's going to be lots of transformation happening with you. Could be in your home, your family, anything connected to your deeper self there, Scorpio. So you have the first house of that, and you have the 7th house of Uranus. So there'll be a lot of change within your partnerships. I'm sure you felt a bit of this already. And so that's what will be happening for you. Let's see what card we have. I'm going to be using the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms. Okay, by Colette Baron Reed. So let's see what the energy is for you, this new moon in Scorpio. So how's it been? Good? Yeah, there's been a lot of change happening at this time. New ideas bursting forward. New ways of living. Okay, Scorpio, let's see what your new moon card is. Okay, wow, that went flying. And let's see. And you have Lady of Lightning. And it says, surprises, sometimes shock, and a total paradigm shift. But there you go. You do have, we do have Uranus, which is unexpected. And you're right there. You have the Lady of lightning, I'm sure, giving you a clear pathway there in the dark. Scorpio, get those feelers out. Okay. Sagittarius, you have the 12th house of, wow. Okay, let's see. Oh, it's an information card, typical Sagittarius. Well, I won't be reading that. It just shows me information about my pack of cards. Okay, let's have a card for Sagittarius who has the 12th house. Where are you? Where are you? Okay. And you have the 6th house of Uranus. So you're going to have a lot of change in the area of work and home life, of diet also. The 6th house rules diet, the house of Virgo, and the sun of the 12th house. You'll be able to let go of any issues that are no longer serving you before the sun comes into your sign in a few weeks. And the card we have for Sagittarius is, okay, the High Lady of Love and Compassion. Okay, very good. And it says reverence, kindness, and consideration or construction. So you'll be constructing a new reality then, your 12th house of dreams, creativity. Becoming a master of your own self there, Sagittarius, with the 12th and the 6th house axis. Okay, Capricorn, you have the 11th and the 5th house. The 11th house of the sun shining on you, so there'll be a lot of insight into the groups that you connect with, the groups that you like to be with. It's also the house of luck. And we see what lucky thing comes your way there, Capricorn. You have the 5th house of Uranus, so there may be a great change in how you work with maybe children, in also your hobbies. You may be changing up your hobbies and finding what you like to do, Capricorn. And the card for you is the Desert Prince, and it says survival and false promises, something to look out for within the groups that you hang around with. Okay? And probably you're having a lot of transformation right now, Capricorn. I know you've got Pluto and Saturn there in your 1st house, giving you a proper shake up and redirecting areas in your life. Yes? But you're going to be good, yeah? Planets move on eventually. Okay, Aquarius, you have the 10th house of the sun. So the sun will be shining on your authority, how you use your authority at this time. And you're going to have Uranus in the 5th house. No, sorry. You're having Uranus in the 4th house of home and family. And it's 4 degrees this moon. So there's a lot of 4 for you right now. And it also has the Desert Prince, survival and false promises. Maybe you're dealing with a Capricorn or Capricorn structures. And you're going to see the real truth behind whatever that area is in your life there, Aquarius. In the 4th house of home and family. And you have the sun in the 10th house shining on you there, of all authority figures. Yeah. Maybe some dodgy authority figures coming to light there around you, Aquarius. Pisces, you've got the 9th house of the sun, of higher learning. So you may be going back, light shining on, maybe you want to learn something new. Far distance traveling, be a great time to be booking a holiday or just time away in the 9th house, or reading something that you've been interested in for a while, haven't had a chance to get around to. Anything to do with higher learning. Okay, and you've got Uranus in your 3rd house, so your 3rd house is your friends, your local neighbours. Maybe you'll be shifting the way you deal with these people. And you have the Well Watcher, and it says wisdom, power of the divine. Oh, there you go. Pisces in the 9th and 3rd house. 3rd house, you might see a bit of change and disruption with Uranus being there. So that'll be with your neighbours, how you speak to yourself, how you speak to others. Okay, and the sun's in your 9th house, so you'll be looking for higher learning projects. Okay, Aries, you've got the 8th house, the actual house of Scorpio. And so you'll be looking at shared resources, finances. And you have Uranus asking you to look in your values in your 2nd house there, Aries. 2nd house of values, finances, how you use your personal finance, how you share with others, etc. Let's see what the card is for you, Aries. Okay. And it says the High Lord of gratitude and service, selflessness, humility, conscious actions. Be good to take some conscious actions here. And this sign of Scorpio is very precise. Also has Mars as one of its rulers, and Mars is your ruler too. So you'll be having some action there of the 8th house, and Uranus in the 2nd house of how you structure your values. Might be getting a bit of a shake up there. Okay. Taurus, you have the Sun and Moon in your 7th house of one-to-one relationships, partnerships, and marriages. So there'll be a newness coming to shine around that area of the 7th house. And obviously you have a Uranus in your 1st house. So a lot of Taurians out there getting a good old shake up in lots of areas of their life. And I'm sure they're very glad for that. And we need to embrace change. Yes, Taurus? Okay. We need to see where we are unique. When you have a 1st house, you need to show your own value at this time. And the Sun in the 7th is you'll have the sun shining there on your partnerships and relationships. Let's see what card we have for you, Taurus. It appears to want to come out. It's called the River Queen. It says flow, letting go, natural movement. Allow things to move naturally. Work with it, Taurus. It can be slightly overwhelming. Speak to Aries maybe. They've already had Uranus go through their side and give them great upheaval. And we now have started that cycle ourselves. Okay? So you have this energy with you at this time of the beautiful River Queen. Now we have Gemini. Gemini, you have the 6th house for the Sun and Moon. So you'll be having a shine on your health and your work and family matters. And are you balancing this out correctly? So there'll be a shine on that. And you have Uranus there in your 12th house, of course. So there might be a shake-up of your dreams and wishes, things that you thought would manifest differently. Maybe have showing a new light, a better way for you to go forward, though it might look a bit distressing right now. And you might be glad for the shake-up of the 12th house. It's a time to get rid of any habits that aren't good for you. And the 6th house with the Sun and the Moon is a great time to balance out and make changes in that area. And you too get the High Lord of gratitude and service, selflessness, humility, and conscious action. There you go. If you take conscious action there in your 6th house, Gemini, you'll be able to find a new diet that suits you, a new lifestyle. Okay? And the shake-up in the 12th house, maybe you'll be redreaming dreams from old and bringing them in. We'll see how it goes, right? You can lose what you need to at this time and keep whatever is beneficial for you. Okay, now we have Cancer. Cancer, you have the 5th house of the Sun and the Moon. And the 5th house is joys and pleasures, hobbies. It's also children. So there may be a light shining on your relationships with children or how you deal with that specific area of your life. And also you have Uranus in the 11th house. So the groups that you choose to hang around with, there'll be a bit of a change and a shake up there, and you can make up your mind if you'd like to do that still. And we have for you Gaia's Garden, and it says fruition, abundance, reaping what you sow. How amazing is that? Scorpio is literally that, reaping what we sow, getting rid of what we don't need. Yeah? So you've got the 5th house of joys and pleasures. See what you actually like to do. Or is it just a habit that you've had forever and ever and just followed it? Time to change around things there. In the 5th and the 11th house axis. Okay, Cancer? Okay, Leo, what do we have for you? We have the Sun in your 4th house. So there'll be a lot of shine on home and family. You'll be making new ways and initiatives of how you deal with your home and family. And let's see what card we have for you. And you have Uranus in the 10th house there, giving a great shake-up to your work life, how you choose to use your authority or the authority figures, the authority figures that you may come across at this time of Scorpio, unearthing deep issues which need to be cleared out, basically, Leo, with the 10th house there. so you can keep your shine going. And so the sun's in the 4th house, and Uranus will be making a shake-up in your 10th house, okay, of how you use your authority. And let's see, you too have Gaia's garden. And what is the other card? Okay, and you have the altar princess, okay, preparation, prayer, and sacred ritual. That's for you there, Leo, in the 4th and 10th houses. That's the cover of the book, yes? The altar princess right there for you, Leo, shining there. And you also have Gaia's garden. There you go, fruition, abundance, and reaping what you sow. Like Cancer, Cancer got that card also. Maybe you're dealing with a Cancer, or you have some business or connection there. Okay, Leo, so you enjoy that 4th and 10th house experience. And what do we have next? We have Virgo. Virgo, you've got the sun shining in your 3rd house of neighbors, friends, computerized work. You may be doing some of that at this time. And then you have Uranus in your 9th house of higher learning. So there might be a bit of a change. What you thought you might wanted to concentrate on and learn, or learn a new skill, you might have changed your mind, or something better has come along and you think, yeah, that's more my field, that's more what I'm going to do. So there'll be a light and a shine, shake up on that. So the 3rd house, you may have some new neighbors, or you may have some new friends coming around, or you'll be starting a partnership. So that's for you there, Virgo, the 3rd house. And let's see, the card for you is my sweetie. Okay, card for Virgos, the Chess Queen, and it says trust and strategizing. So you need to trust what you're feeling right now there, Virgo, with the 3rd house, with friends. That's also an air house, isn't it? It's the house of Gemini, and Mercury rules both you and Gemini, so both will be rethinking again as you go into retrograde at the end of this month. Yes, you just keep your chess piece close to your chest. Try saying that, eh? Try saying that a few times. Okay, Virgo, and the love, Libra, you have the sun in the 2nd house of values and finances. And so you'll be looking at, how do you value yourself? How do you value your deepest desires? Are you bringing them out into fruition? Or the dark moon and sun, the sun there will be speaking to your inners and giving you ideas and ways forward to bring any elements you require into fruition. You also have Uranus in the 8th house. Is that right? Yes, you have Uranus in the 8th house of Scorpio. So you'll be looking at, there'll be a lot of change with your deepest desires, your deepest feelings. They'll be getting a bit of a shake-up, only to be resurrected, so you can correct them or put them in a place that you need or you don't need. Okay, it's giving us a heads up here. And you have the camel boy. It says small steps and asking for help. So there you go, Libra, you're very good at that. You're a very good negotiator, very good to get two sides to speak with each other. So you have the camel boy there, so in your 2nd house of finances, and Uranus in your 8th house of how we use other people's monies, finances. It's going to get a bit of a shake up there. That's for you, Libra. And the card for all of us on this mega fantastic Scorpio new moon. Yeah, get your Scorpio on. Don't get your sting out too much though, right? Let's see what cards we have for all of us in strategizing and using. Okay, we have the Chess Queen. And it says trust and strategizing. Didn't I just say strategizing? Look at that. So this is what we'll be looking at this time of Scorpio. Yes? Okay, so get a feel for the top of this card. And we also have the Word Lord, communication, praise, dishonesty may be about. So we need to look what it is that we're doing. When we're in the dark, Scorpio is also known as the dark sign, like very hidden, doesn't really make its feelings known, doesn't want everyone to know what it's doing with itself, you know, because I think in life we need to learn to trust, but we also need to learn who to trust, right? I think this is the message that is coming through at this time. But what I know, the best person to trust is yourself. And once we get to that, we can get to merge with others. And this is what Scorpio represents, bringing your own self forward, bringing your trust issues, your desires, your hidden motives. All these will be like highlighted. And yeah, we've got to learn to live with that and trust each other, be loyal to each other, because Scorpio does rule loyalty. And we also have the sun dancers, joyful activity, celebration of life, and abundance. So, okay, there you go. These cards are amazing. They're like magic. Okay, sweeties, thank you very much for being with me at this beautiful time of Scorpio new moon. And I hope you have a fantastic one. And dig deep. You're going to be so glad you did. Okay, sweetie, bye.